8 silent luxury habits that separate old money from new money. What if I told you that the richest people you know, those who seem to have it all, don't wear flashy labels or drive the latest cars? It's true. They don't need to prove anything to anyone. In fact, they're the masters of silent luxury, habits that show they've been living the high life long before it became a trend. In this video, we'll break down the 8 habits that separate old money from new money. Stay tuned. Point 1. They repair instead of replace. The invisible mending secret. When something breaks, tears, or wears out, it's so tempting to just replace it, right? Whether it's a tear in your favorite pair of jeans or a scuff on that leather bag you love, it seems easier to just get rid of it and buy something new. And let's face it, with the constant pressure to have the latest and greatest, it feels like a smart move to replace items rather than spend time fixing them. But here's the catch. This habit is actually working against you. You're constantly putting things in a cycle of short-lived use and replacing them every season. It's a waste of money and resources. And when you think about it, doesn't it feel a little unsophisticated? Like you're just chasing trends? What to do instead? Old money doesn't replace, they repair. And not just any repair, but what's called invisible mending. This means fixing a tear, a crack, or even a worn-out heel with such skill that you barely notice it was ever damaged. It's about keeping the things that matter, maintaining them, and letting them age gracefully. Those leather bags, designer shoes, or even the vintage coat passed down from a grandmother, when taken care of, they only get better with time. Old money understands the hidden value in restoration. It's sustainable, yes, but it's also about having something that truly lasts. So next time something gets damaged, think about what you could repair instead of replacing. Imagine the satisfaction of keeping something of real quality for years to come, and the sense of quiet luxury that comes with it. Point 2. No logos ever, the anti-branding philosophy. It's easy to fall into the trap of logos. We see them everywhere, on handbags, shoes, even shirts. They're designed to scream wealth, status, and fashion forward. But here's the problem. Those bold, flashy logos often end up doing the opposite of what you want. They make you look like you're trying too hard. A piece of clothing or accessory with a giant logo doesn't whisper luxury. It shouts, "I'm spending money to show off." And frankly, that's what new money does. It wants to be noticed. It wants the attention. What to do instead? Old money knows that true luxury doesn't need to shout. It whispers. The anti-branding philosophy is the key. This isn't about rejecting quality. Quite the opposite. It's about choosing subtlety and craftsmanship over the obvious. No visible logos. Instead, the focus is on timeless design and impeccable quality. Think of a perfectly tailored suit or a beautifully crafted leather bag that doesn't need a logo to say, "I'm expensive." It's about being confident enough not to need the label to define your worth. The luxury is in the materials, the craftsmanship, and the details that only someone who understands true wealth can recognize. So next time you're shopping, remember, true luxury doesn't need to flaunt its name. It simply is. Point 3. The buy once, wear forever investment strategy. How often do we fall into the trap of buying something just because it's on sale or because it's the latest trend? You've probably found yourself buying pieces that end up sitting at the back of your closet, rarely worn because, let's be honest, they're already out of style by the time you get around to wearing them. It's a cycle that keeps repeating itself, and at the end of the day, your wardrobe becomes filled with items you don't really need, that don't really last, and that don't really reflect your true taste. What to do instead? Old money doesn't waste time on trends. They embrace the buy once, wear forever strategy. It's about investing in timeless pieces that not only stand the test of time, but also improve with age. Instead of buying into every season's must-have, they focus on well-made, classic items that transcend passing trends. Think of a perfectly fitted black blazer, a tailored trench coat, or a high-quality pair of boots. These pieces can be worn season after season, year after year. The key is investing in quality, pieces made from fabrics that last, stitching that holds up, and designs that will always be in style. The result? A wardrobe that's sophisticated, streamlined, and sustainable. Next time you shop, think about longevity. What's going to look just as good 5 years from now as it does today? That's the kind of investment that speaks volumes. Point 4. Why old money whispers while new money shouts. In today's world, it's easy to equate wealth with loud displays. Flashy cars, extravagant parties, and big brand purchases are often seen as the ultimate symbols of success. But in reality, these displays of wealth can end up feeling crass rather than classy. New money is often eager to prove itself, so it shouts with bold gestures and constant attention-seeking. It's like wearing your wealth on your sleeve, hoping to be seen and admired. But here's the catch. True luxury, true wealth, isn't about being seen. It's about being understood. Here's what to do instead. Old money knows that wealth isn't about noise. It's about quiet confidence. They let their success speak for itself. Whether it's a conversation at dinner or a simple social gathering, old money doesn't need to boast. Instead, they whisper. They invest in experiences. They curate their surroundings with taste. And they speak in a calm, composed manner. They don't need to flaunt their possessions because their presence alone conveys sophistication and class. The lesson here? You don't need to shout to be noticed. Sometimes, the most powerful statement is made when you remain calm, collected, and understated. You'll find that true wealth is recognized not by the noise you make, but by the quiet strength of your character and the elegance of your actions. Point 5. The unspoken rules of understated entertaining. When it comes to hosting, it's easy to fall into the trap of overdoing it. The grandiose dinner parties, the extravagant table settings, the perfectly timed events, there's this pressure to make everything bigger, flashier, and more impressive. But here's the problem. Over-the-top entertaining often steals the focus from what really matters: the company, the conversation, and the connection. It's easy to get caught up in making the event look perfect, when in fact, the best gatherings are often the simplest. Here's what to do instead. Old money understands that understated entertaining is the true mark of sophistication. The best hosts aren't trying to impress. They're focused on creating an environment where guests can relax, connect, and enjoy each other's company. There's no need for elaborate centerpieces or 10-course meals. Instead, it's about the experience. A beautifully set table, a carefully chosen wine, and an atmosphere that makes everyone feel welcome. You'll find old money hosts making it all look effortless, because it is. They know the key to a great event isn't in the details you can see, but in the ones you feel. The warmth of the room, the ease of the conversation, the sincerity of the hosts, these are the qualities that leave guests feeling truly valued. So next time you entertain, focus less on the show and more on the experience. That's the secret to effortless sophistication. Point 6. Quality over quantity. The capsule wardrobe mentality. Many of us have been caught in the trap of more is better. Our closets are overflowing with clothes we barely wear, impulse buys, seasonal trends, and those just-in-case pieces. We end up feeling overwhelmed by options, constantly searching for something to wear but never quite satisfied. Sound familiar? It's the reality of having too many items that don't truly serve our style or lifestyle. It's exhausting, and more importantly, it's unnecessary. Here's what to do instead. Old money embraces the capsule wardrobe mentality. Fewer, but better pieces. The focus is on quality over quantity. Instead of chasing trends or over-purchasing, they build a wardrobe full of versatile, timeless items that can be mixed and matched. Think of classic, well-made pieces: a tailored blazer, a perfect pair of trousers, or a simple cashmere sweater. These items are meant to last and remain stylish season after season. The beauty of the capsule wardrobe is its simplicity. It's not about owning everything, but owning the right things. Each piece works hard for you, making getting dressed easy and stress-free. With a capsule wardrobe, you don't need a million options to look elegant and polished. You just need a few high-quality, thoughtfully chosen items that suit your lifestyle and your personal style. It's a streamlined approach that makes life simpler and far more stylish. Point 7. Inherited pieces over trendy purchases. How many times have we bought something just because it was in, that pair of shoes, the bag everyone was talking about, or that trend we saw everywhere? We get swept in the moment, but before we know it, the item ends up collecting dust in the back of the closet, replaced by the next hot trend. The reality is, trendy purchases often don't hold their value. They're designed for the now, not for the long term. And when the trend fades, so does the item's worth. Here's what to do instead. Old money values inherited pieces over fleeting trends. They understand that true luxury and style are rooted in the past. Whether it's a vintage piece of jewelry passed down through generations or a timeless handbag from an iconic designer, inherited items carry both sentimental value and unmatched craftsmanship. These pieces aren't just things, they're stories, history, and legacy in physical form. Old money knows that style isn't about the latest buzz, it's about investing in pieces with timeless appeal that improve with age. So instead of buying into trends that quickly lose their luster, invest in pieces with a history. Look for quality items that tell a story, whether from a vintage boutique, a family heirloom, or an artisan with a legacy. These are the things that never go out of style and can be passed down for generations to come. Point 8. The art of looking effortlessly polished without trying. We've all been there, spending hours trying to pull together an outfit that screams polished and put together only to feel like we're trying way too hard. Whether it's overstyling our hair, piling on accessories, or layering too many trends, sometimes the pursuit of looking effortless ends up feeling more like a job. And let's not forget the anxiety that comes with it, constantly second-guessing whether we're doing it right. But here's the truth. Effortlessly polished isn't about trying to look flawless. It's about having a natural, refined appearance that requires minimal effort. Here's what to do instead. Old money women have mastered the art of looking effortlessly polished, and it's simpler than you might think. The key is in choosing pieces that fit perfectly, are of high quality, and suit your personal style without overthinking it. A well-cut dress, a pair of perfectly fitting trousers, or a simple blouse made from the finest fabric can go a long way. It's about finding pieces that make you feel confident and comfortable without feeling the need to add anything extra. A classic hairstyle, minimal makeup, and a couple of thoughtful accessories are all you need to look put together without overdoing it. The result? You exude quiet confidence, sophistication, and elegance, all while feeling completely natural. When you stop trying so hard, you'll realize that looking polished was never about effort. It's about knowing yourself and embracing your style. Bonus point, they never discuss money, and that's exactly the point. In a world where social media showcases endless displays of wealth and success, it's tempting to discuss money openly, to show that you've made it, to highlight your financial accomplishments. There's often this subtle desire to make sure everyone knows just how well you're doing. Whether it's casual mentions of expensive purchases or posting your latest splurge online, we're conditioned to share our financial wins. But here's the reality. Talking about money can sometimes feel off. It can come across as insecure or worse, bragging. And if we're being honest, people can see through it. Here's what to do instead. Old money never discusses money. They don't need to. True wealth doesn't need validation or acknowledgement. It's silently understood by the way they carry themselves, the quality of their possessions, and the experiences they curate, not by what they say. The rich know that their value isn't tied to what they've spent or how much they have. They don't need to talk about their financial status because their lifestyle speaks for itself. This quiet, confident approach to money is a reflection of true self-assurance. The result? People respect them not because of their wealth, but because of their restraint, grace, and quiet dignity. So, next time you're tempted to discuss your latest purchase, remember this. Let your life do the talking. When you stop mentioning money, that's when true luxury starts to shine. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, drop a simple comment saying "Silent Luxury" to prove you've watched till the end. Make sure to like the video to support our growth, subscribe for more insights, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Check out our recommended video on your screen now, and we'll see you again tomorrow with more content to elevate your life. Thank you for being part of our community.